Okay, this is Preston Salmon with Home Inspection Carolina. Today we're going to be replacing a garbage disposal that does not work. These go out periodically. There's the disposal there, and obviously you turn on the thing, you hear it buzzing, but it's not coming on. Now sometimes you can hit, there's actually a reset on these things. There's a little red button down at the bottom. Hold on here, sorry about that. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a little red button right there, and there's actually a reset. Now sometimes when your disposal won't work, you hit that reset and it'll come back on. It's not going to work in this case though, because I've already tried it, but I did want to demonstrate it. I was hoping that was what it was, but it's not. So it's still not coming on. So we're going to replace this disposal today. Obviously, you got to clean out your sink, and you're going to have to buy a new disposal. Pretty much universal size as far as the fittings go, but you're probably going to look at the horsepower and try to roughly match up the one that you had. But before we get started on this, the most important thing is you have to make sure that it's off. You obviously don't want live power because we are going to be disconnecting a wire, and we're also going to check the box. Okay, if you look at the box here, GFCI AC, the disposal is number 19, I think. Where's 19? There is 19 disposal. So it should match up roughly with that. Let's turn that off. I'm not sure if that's 19, so I'm actually going to turn the one off above and below too. I do not want live power. Now, some of you people, and I don't mean to speak like that, that sounds kind of bad. I mean, some people may want to, and I do this, except I really don't want to go reset all the clocks. If you're not sure, it should be marked, and sometimes that marking is wrong. Turn the power off to your whole house. I'm pretty sure this was right, though, because I've replaced this thing before. You want to turn, this is the main. Sometimes it'll be up at the top. It'll probably have 200, 125, 150. Turn that off, and that'll turn off the power to your whole house. Now, the upside of that is I'm pretty sure you will not get electric or shocked. The downside is if you got any clocks, coffee makers, you're gonna have to reset all that stuff. Cell phone or charging things. But anyway, all right. So now we want to cut the power off, and now we're going to replace that. Here's the disposal. First thing we're going to do is take those two screws off that are holding the drain line in it, and then the little ring up at the top is actually just going to move around, and then it's actually going to pull off, and then we're going to have to disconnect the wire underneath. Sorry about all this. We're going to have to disconnect that and then reconnect the new wires. Now they should go color to color. So the materials you're going to need are screwdrivers. You're going to need screws for that, and you're going to need screws to take that pipe off. There's that reset button I was talking about, and now you can see now I got a flashlight. But before you go to all this trouble, hit that reset button before and see if that's it. Sometimes you just hit the reset, your thing will work, but I'm not that lucky today. Okay, well I've taken those two screws off right there, pull this little plate off, and now I'm going to twist this thing, and this could be nasty because there's probably some water that has been sitting in there. All right, so I've disconnected that pipe, and like I said, now we do is rotate this, and it's actually going to come off. So I'm rotating it. I'm actually going to have to stop because I need both hands here. All right, stop. All right, okay, I now have it off. There's, the pipe's disconnected there, and there's the sink. It just twists off. That's all it does. All right, now I'm hanging on by a wire, and I've got to take those two screws off that are holding this wire in, and pay attention to the colors. We're usually going to attach colors to colors. Okay, we now have that screw off. There's also a little plate here we're going to have to take off. Flashlight, what I do with it. But there's a little plate here that we're going to take off. There's a little plate here beside the screw. We now have disconnected it. We've got a white, black wire. Black's positive and white is negative, and the bare wire is the ground wire. After you disconnect the ground wire there, you just have to take the other one off the wire nuts, and we're prepared to install the new one. We want to go white to white, black to black, and the ground, the bare wire is going to go to that screw on the inside. You are going to need a pair of new wire nuts for this that you just kind of tighten. Okay, I've gotten the new disposal out, and what we're going to do is take that panel off right there. And then we're going to run those wires over there. They're going to go through this hole, but actually we'll pull them out. We're going to have to put some wire nuts. We're going to go white to white, black to black, and the ground, like I said, when we take this off, will be right here. Make sure when you get wire nuts, you get about the right size. These are 16-03. They're about the right size. You don't want them too big or too small. And what we're going to do is twist those two wires together and put wire nuts on them. All right. Got the white and the black wire out. What I'm going to do is I want to run it. Sorry, it's hard to do this and hold this at the same time. I want to run it through that hole right there. So bear with me for just a second. See what I'm doing? I'm actually going to pull them through this hole. Sorry. Okay. See, I've got them pulled through this hole. And then I'm going to put the wire nuts on them and then push them back through the hole. All right. I've got the white one on. I just want to show you on the black one what I'm going to do to put these wire nuts on. I'm actually going to twist these two wires. I'd like to twist them clockwise because that's the way I'm going to turn the wire nuts. Okay, I'm cooking with gas now. I'm going to push those back through that hole. I've got the white to the white and the black to the black. I need to tighten that black one down a little bit more though. Push them back through the hole, and then see that little green screw right there? That's where the neutral is going to go. And then I'm going to attach those things. Too bad I don't have somebody filming me because I have to put this down to do it. But I'll show you the next step. I've got all the wires hooked up, pushed back in there, and then I have to put this piece back on. But it actually screws on. And then once it screws on, I want to tighten those down. But I want to make sure that all of the wire is in there. None of the where it's I can't talk. Where it's separated is sticking out. This is to give it strength and security. So I'm going to tighten this down as far as I can, push that down in there, and then tighten these two screws. I don't want any of the place where I've stripped it down to the inner wires sticking out. Okay, we've got it all together here. Now the wire's in. What we've got to do though, we're going to put that up in there. That actually is just going to go, and it's going to twist in, and then we've obviously got to get that pipe in there and put those two screws in the side there, and then we'll be ready to put on the power. Okay, I now have the pipe lined up. It is hooked up. Just had to kind of screw it in there. It just goes in and tilts around. I use the old flange. And all we gotta do is put the screws on the pipe there, and we're done.
It's all done and it's ready to go. Daddy fixed it, set a synchro pedal, and now it's all neat and clean. There's a dog box.
Okay, hit the thing.
Hit what thing?
The red button. Okay, we've got it all together. Let's put all the breakers back on. I turned on all three because I wasn't sure. Sometimes it is labeled, but I just want to make sure it was right. And again, if you turned off the main, which I wouldn't blame you, sometimes these are mislabeled or they're not labeled, turn back on the main. You're probably going to have to reset clocks and things, but that's okay. At least we didn't get electrocuted. Okay, here's the big test. Let's see. Okay. Let's work. Tell me it's going to work. There we go. It's running. Please don't be leaking. Looks good. Alright, we have successfully replaced the garbage disposal. I need to take that wire though and reattach it. The wire should be secure. I took it off to work with it. But we have a working garbage disposal now. Preston Sound, Home Inspection Carolina. Thanks for watching.